Blinks.gg is the Pump.fun ecosystem token on the Solana chain that's going through the roof today. Does it make sense to jump on this positive momentum, or is this a pump and dump? Let's have a look at the on-chain metrics most people are not considering. So here are the best performing tokens in the Pump.fun ecosystem. In the last 24 hours, the BGG1 token more than 5x'd. In the last week, it more than 13x'd. The chart looks like a hockey stick, and the platform is yet another AI-driven launchpad. There is zero code needed in order to launch assets on Solana. In the middle of August of this year, the founder showcased the product, and the video got more than 100,000 views on Twitter, on the X platform. One piece of news that started the rally is this tweet here. Blinks are just the tip of the iceberg. Yes, there will be agents. There will be AI agents. So Blinks.gg will get into the same area where Virtual Protocol on the Base chain has already succeeded in. Virtual Protocol is the success story on Base. And yes, Blinks.gg does have an NFT collection, but really what's driving all of the demand is the news around AI agents. On Twitter, the project has 8,000 followers. On Telegram, it's got 2,000 subscribers. And on chain, we see 5,500 wallets interacting with the token today. Does it make sense to buy this almost 50% dip? We are still up 400% in the last 24 hours. There are now almost 5,000 wallets that hold the token. Now, Blinks.gg saw a massive breakout in the last 2 days. The number of first-time traders versus recurring traders shot up. And while most days in the last month we saw less than 100 new wallets interacting with the token per day, yesterday we have seen more than 2,000 new investors. Now, we can ignore the latest data point because today hasn't yet finished. We probably will see another all-time high today. On the right side, by the way, we see the number of token transactions that skyrocketed even more. It went from less than 1,000 per day to 200,000 today. Now, here's a very interesting positive statistic for the token. What we see over here is the trading volume over time in US dollars on the left and normalized to 100% per day on the right. And that trading volume is segregated by wallet cohorts. So small retail means wallets up to $1,000 worth of the token. Medium-sized retail means up to 10,000, and large retail means up to $100,000 worth of the token. We can see that over time there's less and less small retail holding the token. And there's more and more the whales that currently take over the trading volume. Larger wallets tend to make better calls because crypto is a game of both luck and skill, right? And the more the game is played, the less important the luck component becomes and the more important the expected value, the skill component, shines through. And so seeing now that more and more of the token balance is held by the whales and by large retail is very assuring. The value that's held by the whales skyrocketed to 10 million. The growth by the small retail wallets was way more muted. Again, this is small retail, and here are the whales. What's also interesting, that is not necessarily the number of whales that went up, it's simply just the existing whales that buy more. Because what we've got over here is the number of wallets with minimum holding thresholds. So on the left side, we see the number of wallets where at least 10,000 Blinks.gg tokens. In the middle, we've got 100,000 Blinks.gg tokens. On the right, 1 million Blinks.gg tokens. So at the current prices, that's equivalent to $1,000 worth of the token, $10,000 and 100,000. Yes, percentage-wise, the number of small retail holders grew a bit more than the number of whales, but it's definitely the whales that bought more of the supply. The whales are really fueling this rally. Now, crypto as a whole is currently expanding very, very quickly. What we've got behind me is the stablecoin market cap. And this is a 3-year chart, so it starts in July 2021. And we peaked in the stablecoin market cap in April of 2022. Over here, what happened was the Terra Luna collapse. So this is when Anchor Protocol went bust. This is when UST depegged. The market as a whole shrunk, money was flowing out of crypto, and this is also where FTX collapsed. And then we saw the turnaround in October of last year. Now money is flowing into crypto again, and that's recently accelerating. The stablecoin market cap going up means, of course, that money is flowing from fiat into crypto, and that, of course, means that prices across all of the crypto space should continue to rise. I really like this chart because it has very little volatility. We can see the trend very clearly. In the short term, though, we might be slightly heated. What we've got over here is again a stablecoin market cap chart, but this time time that's not in US dollars. This time it's relative to the entire crypto market. So you might have heard of the Bitcoin dominance chart, right? How much of all of crypto is currently in Bitcoin. That's, by the way, currently at roughly 60%. It tends to peak at around 70%. What we see over here is the stablecoin dominance. So how much of all of crypto is currently in the stablecoins? And there is a strong inverse correlation between this and crypto prices. So when the stablecoin dominance is high, crypto prices are low. And when the stablecoin dominance is low, crypto prices are high. And we seem like, at least temporarily, to hit some potential floor here, which might mean that some cryptocurrencies might see local tops. That being said, especially in the last few days, we do see how the altcoins tend to outperform the rest of crypto. So this is the others dominance. So this is the cryptocurrency market cap that's not in the top 10. And this did go up since beginning of November to today by 23%. It appears as if there is some kind of altcoin rotation happening. At least we see the beginnings of it. And so what was the best performer across all of the altcoins in the last week? It's Virtual Protocol. Virtual is a launchpad of AI agents on the base chain, and it almost tripled in the last week. This is the long-term chart, very impressive. And the big question is, how can we buy something like Virtual when it's not up there, but when it's somewhere down here? My answer to this question is wallet tracking. It's trying to figure out what are other smart investors doing? What are insiders doing? What are people doing that move prices? What are people doing that tended to make the right calls in the past? And so it's always nice to see what is the smart money doing, what is the not so smart money doing. For example, this over here. This is an alert that BitBoy Crypto sold virtual tokens at 1.4 cents. We don't have the alerts where he bought this, so maybe he got some allocation because he's an influencer, but he sold his allocation. He did this multiple times, by the way. And again, what he sold subsequently went up by more than 10,000%. And so yeah, BitBoy Crypto, in my opinion, is pretty much the Jim Cramer of crypto. It doesn't make sense to copy trade him, but it's interesting to see what he's doing. There are other people though that are worth copy trading. For example, over here, we've got Crypto Gains that bought the virtual token. That was at 5.8 cents. So since then, the price went up by 2,500%. Who is Crypto Gains? It's this influencer here. He tends to buy tokens relatively early, and he tends to also be very public about his purchases, which can generate, of course, a lot of attention and can bring in more investors, pushing up the price further. So he does very risky plays regularly. He's got 138,000 subscribers. And so how do we get these buy and sell signals? It's through finding the right wallets first and foremost, right? It's doing some on-chain analytics to figure out those wallets. And it's subsequently by putting those wallets in a wallet tracker and get notifications whenever they buy and sell. So over here, we've got the wallets by Crypto Gains that we are tracking. We've got 55 of his wallets. But then at a later point in time, we also see more people buying into the virtual token, the people that tend to deploy much more capital. For example, over here, we've got Kyle Chessy that bought $100,000 worth of the token, and that was at 48 cents. And so here is Kyle Chessy. He's got 137,000 subscribers. And since he bought, the price went up by 220%. We've got 12 of his wallets, and of course not every trade goes like this, but in general, right, I do believe it makes sense to follow the smart money. It is much better to follow the people that tend to make profit compared to simply just picking random tokens in a list. And so I like this approach that much that I made 8 dedicated tutorial videos just on this wallet tracking topic. They are over here. It's how to find various influencer wallets. It's how to track those influencers, and it's also about how to interpret the signals that we get from the tracking. It's all part of the premium membership of this channel that's down below, thebitcoinstrade.com. It's not just wallet tracking that we do, it's also risk mitigation, portfolio diversification, backtesting. There's more than 100 tutorial videos in total in premium. Once we've got a signal, we of course also have to discuss when should we buy, when should we sell. That's why we've got our dedicated chats for the individual altcoins as well. So feel free to check it out. It's currently $165 per month. There's also a 1-week money back guarantee. So in case you don't like premium, in case you don't learn anything, just message me within the first 7 days and I will refund you 100%. There's really zero risk for you. Now, does it still make sense to buy BGG1? Is there still some upside potential? We've now seen some profit taking. Does it make sense to buy the dip? Can we do another 3, 4, 5x here? I believe the answer is yes, because still all of the trading volume happens on chain. Once we see listings on centralized exchanges, changes, then of course the price will go up way higher. So all trading volume now happens on Radium and on Meteora. And within the Pump.fun ecosystem, right, the market cap is still just at 15 million. Even without a listing, we could easily do a 3, 4, 5x. We have plenty of tokens that are still in the 100 million range that aren't yet listed. Now, because this is a very small market cap token, I believe the best entry strategy is not to buy everything at once, but to dollar cost average. So to buy maybe several times in the span of 24 to 48 hours. It's very hard to time a token like this perfectly because a single whale can move the prices massively. Now, once the market cap increases and the volatility comparatively decreases, then it's completely reasonable to simply sell everything at once. But for the entrance with such a small market cap, it does make sense to buy several times. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you on the next video or see you in premium. Cheers!